Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Each of you is among the 4 folks, or you're 4 people among a very small group of folks, who've had the opportunity and the responsibility to select somebody to serve as a member of the Kansas Supreme Court. As we look at the issue of judicial retention, why do you think it's so important for the people of Kansas to vote yes when they have the opportunity to vote on retention for the 5 Supreme Court justices who are on the ballot in November?
I'm pretty darn proud of the court for the way they've held firm on working to ensure we have great education for our kids. I simply don't see that this is broken. It doesn't need fixed. And I believe Kansans ought to be made aware of how important and how blessed they are to have a system that has served them so well. These are 5 individuals who deserve to be retained.
The justices that are up for retention have been appointed by both Democrats and Republicans, and I think that's exactly the way the process should work. You don't want people on the court who see things through a partisan lens. You want people who love the law, know about the law, pay attention to the Constitution, and make sure fair and impartial justice for every Kansan is what's delivered day in and day out.
When people come before the court, they're entitled to a fair and impartial hearing, and that's what they've gotten from our justices in the whole court, including those up for retention.
What happens if all 5 of those Supreme Court justices are non-retained?
Governor Brownback would have the opportunity to select 5 of 7 justices of the Supreme Court.
If we evolved into a system where we routinely threw out, don't like, we just throw them out, that's a dramatically different situation. You would have fewer quality lawyers having any interest getting into that situation, and you'd find justices influenced by a retention vote coming up when they're making decisions.
They should be free of that, impartial and fair.
It's inappropriate for the governor to try to influence members of the Supreme Court, because that's the system of checks and balances that provides the greatest safeguard for citizens of Kansas.
We've had a great system, and we can document that from a variety of perspectives.
I don't think that any of us believe that the current system should be changed to give an elected partisan official that much authority over the independent branch of the judiciary.
Vote yes 5 times. Keep our Kansas Supreme Court.